Hello, good morning everyone. How are you YouTube, my subscribers, my friends and everyone out there? So how is everything going? I hope everything is going good. You guys are doing well. So here I am again in front of you guys to actually accept a challenge which was given to me by Chasing Nirvana. I want to thank him initially, first of all. And yeah guys, there is a traffic over here again. Today is a beautiful Sunday as always, and I'm going for the breakfast meet of our biking club. So yeah, now regarding the challenge which has been given to me by Chasing Nirvana, that was to talk about the 5 things which I like about my Bullet 500. Now see, my bike is actually a 2014 model April Bullet 500cc standard, which has a carbureted engine. Now I have owned this bike since December 2015, and I have been using this bike since you can say 8 months roughly. So to be very frank, I really love this bike, and I'm sure whoever is a Royal Enfield enthusiast, they also love this particular bike or whichever Royal Enfield model it may be. Now let's begin. So the point number 1, okay, the point number 1 will be the seating position of the Bullet 500. Now you can see in the following video that I am just sitting on my Bullet standard 500. Yes, you guys can see this is an upright position, almost like a 90-degree. And now you can see that I am going to the Classic 350, which is having a spring-loaded seat and has a handlebar which is a little bit down. So now you can see the seating position of the Classic 350. So I should not have to tell much explain about it, because even though Miss Time Travel also said the seating position as the same, but I want to tell you that the seating position is not the same, because it doesn't have a split seat. It has a single formation seat, as you guys can see, and that gives you extra comfort, and that gives you extra easiness when you are traveling at a longer distance or going for a long ride. It gives you good comfort, and even if you are going in the potholes also, the effect of that particular pothole reduces very much drastically if you are using a single seat rather than using a foam seat. Now, so that was the point number 1. Okay, now let's come to the point number 2. Point number 2. Okay, the point number 2 is the throttle response which I get from the Bullet 500. Now I don't know whether you guys remember, if you go to my video number 1 where I am explaining about my bike, that was the first introduction video of my channel, the number 1 video. There I had told that I was having a Classic 350 maroon color. It was a 2014 model, and yep, I was having a very good experience as well as a bad experience. I was new to Royal Enfield. I was not knowing what has to be done and what not has to be done. So coming from that 350cc, that itself was a first experience for me for handling a bike which is more than 150cc. So after that, from the 350 coming to 500, guys, I should tell you the throttle response of this bike is like anything. Now compared to the EFI engines of the Desert Storm and the Thunderbird, which is of 500cc, this is the only 500cc bike with a carbureted engine in the Royal Enfield, the whole we can say the whole lineup. There is a 400cc model that is of the Royal Enfield Himalayan, but that's not 500cc. So this is the only 500cc model which is not an EFI, and has a pretty good power of 26 bhp. And yes guys, as I told you, this is not a sports bike, this is a tourer. This is more like of a cruising speed. So let me tell you one thing, the difference between an EFI engine and the carbureted engine from 0 to 60 kilometers per hour is very much minor. But as compared to 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, there is a difference of maybe 1 or 2 seconds. But let me tell you one thing, this bike is mainly used for cruising at 70-80 kilometers per hour, and really I'm telling you, this does a fantastic job. I'm a little bit going on slow speed because I'm having the secondary camera. I'm really worried about it because the mounting is, as you can see, it is shaking like hell. So the carbureted engine and the throttle response, what I get, see, even with the smallest throttle, the bike is having the bike is really moving forward. And yep, who is a Royal Enfield enthusiast, I would recommend this particular bike for any long travel, even the city maneuvering. The handling is absolutely perfect, even though it is little heavy on some times. But yeah, that's fine. 500cc will not be light anyway. Okay, let me adjust this camera. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah guys, that is the point number 2. And the point number 3, now this might sound little weird, or you can say a little bit different. The point number 3 is the headlight. Yes, it is the headlight. Now I'll just tell you an instance which I'm sure if my friend who is from Spartex Ride, who is having a YouTube channel, if you are watching, if you are following him, do go there. He's also doing a good videos. He's having an R15. His channel name is Spartex Ride. So we both were traveling back to home in the night one day, and he was just in front of me because he was traveling, because I was not knowing the route. And suddenly when we stopped on a particular point of time, he just told me that, bro, please can you put the light to low beam. I said, bro, what low beam? He said, no, your light is on high beam. Can you put it down to low beam, because I am getting a little bit of difficulty because of the reflection what I'm getting on my mirrors. I was like, bro, come on, I'm on the low beam. He was like, what? In a low beam you will get so much of brightness. I said, yes, this is the low beam of Bullet 500. So guys, whenever you are there in any kind of a lonely area or a darkest place, this Bullet 500 will give you one of the best illuminations and the lighting when you are going anywhere in a place or any time. So there is no worries when you are traveling in the night or in the day or even in the early in the morning. This bike will not let you down. This will give you one of the good lightings, and even the light flux and the reach is very much high, and the illumination is perfect. I don't know about the specifications of the light. I might write it on the description. You can go down and check what is the specification of this particular bulb which I am using for my Bullet 500. And I guess maybe you can install it on your 350 and check what I'm saying. So yes, the point number 3 is the light. Now the point number 4. Yep. The point number 4 is the paint scheme. Yes, absolutely, the styling and the paint scheme has been discussed by many people, but let me tell you the different thing which I think it is there on the Bullet 500 as well as on the Bullet 350, which is a very older model. Now the classic models has been introduced into the market in the year 2007 or 2009. At that time, I think 2007 was for the cast iron engines. From the 2010 and the 2011 times, the Classic was introduced into the market. Before that, the Classic was there, but it was like a vintage mics, and the styling has been inspired from the same Classic. But before that, the Bullet what we know, not the Electra, the Bullet what we know is the same styling and graphics which is available still now on the standard bikes, which is of 350cc or the 500cc. Now let me tell you the main difference which I am going to explain about it. Yes, the petrol tank. As you guys can see, this particular gold lining which you see on the petrol tank, it has been painted, custom painted by a person who is dedicatedly painting each and every tank. Now that makes the difference. Even the standard 350, the old one or the new one, every single petrol tank of the Enfield has been painted by somebody, and it has been delivered to you. But it is not the case with the Classics or the Desert Storms or any other model. They are all plain or either stickers. So this is the major difference, and the feeling that you get that this particular petrol tank or the vehicle has been custom painted by a single person, and it requires a lot of skills. Salute to the person who has been doing it since long years. That particular tradition is followed, and you get a bike which has been custom painted by somebody, and that makes you feel very much good. Yes, so that is a major difference, and it always feels like it is a vintage bike. I had kept it in a classic styling, as you guys can see. It is the same old classic style thumper. The only thing is, when you see the engine of this bike, you can understand that it is not a cast iron engine, it is a UCE engine. Okay, so that brings me to the point number 4, and the point number 5 is again related to this. Now guys, a biking company which was there since 1910, and it is almost 115 years. Now for a biking company to be there for 115 years and still having the same cult following and the legacy to be continued, it requires some kind of it requires some kind of quality, some kind of a fan following. If there needs to be something which has been there, which kept this particular bike coming and coming, even though we were slow on 2010 or 2011 times. But now each and everywhere, if you see, especially in the Indian cities, once the manufacturing has been started in Madras, that is in Chennai, if you people don't know, once it has been started over there, it is a product of India, and really feels proud whenever I take the keys, I switch on the ignition, and when I kickstart this bike and when it rolls on the road, the feeling is absolutely unimaginable and unexplainable. So feeling proud to be a part of this legacy, that is the point number 5. Every time I switch on my bike, every time I sit on this, and whenever I travel, the attention what I get and the recognition what I get from the children to the older ages, that's the speciality of the Royal Enfield bikes. And I hope whoever is having a Royal Enfield bike with them, they will feel the same and they will share the same kind of feelings with me. So yes, that brings me to the end of this particular 5 points which I wanted to discuss, and yes, the 5 things which I like about my bike. And as of today, to be very frank, I don't have a single reason to hate or to tell anything negative about this. Maybe in the future, if at all I feel like that, I will definitely make a video about it. And thanks to Chasing Nirvana and all of you out there who are doing this kind of thing, and especially thanks to Omi's Time Travel who has started this particular chain. And yes guys, so as a part of the tradition, I'm going to nominate a few people. So the number 1 person who I want to nominate about the 5 things I adore about my bike will be my friend Open Throttle. And yes, number 1. Number 2 will be my friend the Enfield rider, who is also having a Bullet 500. He had just newly purchased it. And number 3 would be my very much good friend, the Twin Riders, the Twinny. He is also having a YouTube channel. Number 4, the number 4 person who I want to nominate would be again from the Spartex Rides, Mr. Tejas. Dude, you are number 4. So the number 5th and the last one who I want to make a video, it would be Superman Rehan, who is having a Pulsar 220. Yes, dude, you are the 5th. So all the best guys, continue this particular chain and let others know that what are the things you like about the bike. And yes, of course, if you have anything to say negative and hate about it, definitely express it. So bye bye, thanks a lot, have a nice day, and just let me know that how do you feel about my 5 things, and if there is anything I can address about, just let me know. I will put through that on my channel. So this is Prajesh signing off from the Bullet Diaries. Keep watching, stay subscribed, and have a nice day. Do watch my other videos, and if you think it is worth, then only hit the subscribe button. You all have a nice day. Ride safe, be safe. Bye bye. I'm in the traffic now. I'm about to reach to that place around maybe I can say 10 to 15 minutes.